The following is a full interview from the Border Battle with King and CJ. Tune into the Border Battle Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to noon on Sudden Link Channel 112, YouTube Live, or OSU Student Radio KXZY. Welcome back into Studio 318 here in the Paul Miller Journalism Building at Oklahoma State University. You're listening to the Border Battle with King and CJ. I'm King, he's CJ. Between us, we have OSU Cowboys baseball pitcher, Carson Teel. Carson, thanks for taking out a couple minutes. We appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You got it. So, again, for those of you listening, OSU Student Radio KXZY, Sudden Link Channel 112, YouTube On Demand, Border Battle On Demand on there, or Facebook.com/Border Battle Show. So, Carson, I want to take you back to last year, end of last season. You know, you go into the Big 12 tournament, and, you know, you guys had injuries all year, kind of a down year for some standards. And then you guys make the run, and you win the semifinal game, and you save the championship game against Texas. What does that run that you guys went on at the end of last year, does that carry over? I know you have a lot of turnover on a roster, but how much of that carries over to the returning guys as far as confidence goes?
I think a lot of it does. I think even the young guys, the freshmen that we have coming in, they got to see what we experienced. A lot of them were there watching, and they saw how much fun it was to go out there. We played really good baseball, not a lot of errors. We pitched it well, we hit it well, and then you build on that in the fall. You take that into Christmas break. Then you come back in the spring and you say, all right, well, here's where we left off. This is kind of where we need to pick back up. And I thought we did a really good job of that this weekend, and there's more to come.
So this, first of all, this weekend, I mean, you win the first series. It's got to be exciting for you guys. Overall, just sum up the first weekend for you guys.
The first weekend was good. We had a lot of new faces get out on the field for the first time in this uniform. A lot of freshmen, a lot of JUCO guys. I thought Jonathan Heasley pitched the ball really well Friday night for us. I think he gave us 6 strong. Bullpen did our job. We won that game pretty easy. We kind of got beat around maybe a little bit on Saturday. Things didn't go our way. And then we responded on Sunday, got down early. Colin Simpson had a big blow in, I think, the 3rd inning to put us back in the lead, and we didn't lose it after that. But I think there are a lot of positive things coming from this team that weekend. And I think we can build on that going on up.
So let's talk about this process with coming to OSU. Was it difficult choosing to just stay home and play, college ball here?
No, not at all. That was kind of my dream. I wanted to play with my best friend John. I wanted to be a part of this university in every way I could. We kind of had a goal to be basketball players when we were little, but it turned to baseball really quick when John committed. But it was an easy choice. My family's here, got a lot of family close, so they get to come watch all the time.
So then, speaking of your relationship with John, obviously good friends from high school. I was reading up on OKState.com, Matt Villarreal's piece about you two. What has that journey been like for the two of you to, like you said, know from high school, basketball, baseball? What's that been like as a whole to be now here and playing ball together?
It's really special. We get to experience a lot of different things together now than what we did in high school. His family's my family, mine is his. It's just an awesome journey. We go hang out at each other's houses all the time. We still go get lunch together. We're locker mates. We give each other the worst time on the team, but we're always there for each other, picking each other up when we need it, helping each other out. So it's awesome.
Getting back to the baseball side of things, you got Oral Roberts tomorrow. Team that ended the season against last year, and you play them every year intermittently throughout the season. Getting to see Oral Roberts again this early in the season, a little bit extra motivation for you guys at all?
I think so, a little bit, but at the end of the day, we're still just going out there trying to win every pitch and win the game. They're a good team. They're a really good team. They brought back some good players, and so did we, so it should be a pretty fun matchup every time we meet up with them.
Yeah, to go, I guess now I'm going to jump back a little bit. So obviously you were a starting pitcher in high school. Was that transition hard to now be a reliever when you came to college? Was that a difficult transition for you or not too bad?
At first, I guess it was, because I think, every pitcher wants to be a starting pitcher. They want to be a guy that goes out there and sets the tone for the weekend, but kind of falling into this role, I kind of like it. Just any chance I get to throw for this team and go out there and help them out in any way possible. I love to do that for them. So I've kind of grown into this. I like it a lot.
Overall, you talk about this balance between starting and relieving. 25 of 28, I believe, appearances last year in relief. Is that a case of, whatever coach wants, whatever the team needs? Like, if you got to go out there and throw as part of the rotation, are you comfortable jumping into that?
Absolutely, absolutely. Anything that Rob decides to do, I think everybody on our team, on our staff especially, is game for it because we know it gives us the best opportunity to win ball games. So I keep a positive attitude with every role I get and just go out there and try to make the most of it.
Overall, what is the buzz in the locker room like for this year? Obviously, winning the opening series and like I said, get Oral Roberts tomorrow and then Marist this weekend. Plenty of opportunities to get W's on the board here. What's kind of the buzz in the locker room like for this team early in the season?
It's got a really positive vibe right now. A lot of guys are loving what we have. We got a lot of good players, a lot of good JUCO guys. We got a lot of good freshmen. And then our pitching staff is pretty deep. I know people think that we lost a lot, but I really like what we have on the mound. I think guys do too. So we're just going out there as a unit, trying to win every single day and get better in the process.
Overall, when you talk about teams, a lot of teams have an identity, whether it's grinding out runs, the small ball, or big long bombs, or whatever it is. As far as you on the mound, when you see that offensive identity start to develop, does that impact you at all, or is it just go out and do your job?
Yeah, when we get runs on the board, it helps us out a lot. You go out there with a different kind of a swagger, confidence, saying I can go right at the hitter, not worry about what they're gonna do. If you give up a hit, it's not gonna really affect it because your guys are gonna get runs on the board, so you can go out there, just focus on executing every pitch that you throw, and that's your main goal.
I would say, so to kind of go with pitching, when you look at, teams that are coming up next, obviously as a reliever, you don't know if, when you'll get in the game per se, but do you kind of look over other teams' rosters to kind of see, which players you may need to be aware of or kind of choosing your pitches? I know that also deals with the catcher as well, but is that something you kind of prep for before games?
Yeah, we have a little scouting meeting before, and Rob will get the relievers and say, these are the guys you may face late. Here's the pitches you may have to go to late. So when you're getting ready to go in the game, if you do get your number called, have those pitches dialed in. That way, you'll be ready for that guy.
Is it difficult waiting to get to Big 12 season at all? Is there a little bit of an itch to get to face the Texases and get the Bedlam games in, or are you focused a little bit? There's more quote unquote revenge games on the schedule. You got Missouri State as well. Is it at all hard to look forward, or are you kind of zoned into right now?
I think we're doing a really good job of staying zoned in. Obviously, it's fun to get into Big 12 play. We really like to go out and compete against those guys. Especially since we grew up with a lot of those guys. But at the end of the day, this team's done a really good job of staying focused. Not a lot of talk about what's ahead, just kind of what's on the table right now. And if we keep that attitude, it should help us out in the long run.
You got quite a long homestand here, 6 games straight here at Alley P. What's it like playing in front of that crowd, and what are your expectations for the crowd for Cowboy baseball this year?
I love playing here. Alley P is a great place. It's one of the best surfaces in the nation. In my mind, we got a great grounds crew, so they do a great job of keeping the field up for us. I really like, when the crowd gets into it, we got a rowdy little bunch. We've had our fair share of small crowds, but at the end of the day, those people that are there are really important to us. The more people that come out, the more fun we have. I think it'll be an interesting year with the new changes around the ballpark. So we're excited to see what happens. But I think everybody loves just playing baseball here in front of these guys. So it should be fun.
Do you ever get that itch? Obviously as a pitcher, you guys don't bat anymore. Do you ever, get that itch to like, oh man, come on, coach, let me just go to batting practice. I want to hit the ball.
All the time. We get in trouble all the time for picking up some of the guys' bats. They don't really like when we mess with it. But we're just trying to still prove to the guys we're athletes. We get a bad rap as being pitchers that we're unathletic, but we're top of the team right now. So we get in trouble a lot though.
Interesting dynamic there. I mentioned last week that some of the, maybe the tendency is after men's basketball and wrestling and football in the fall that, maybe some fans need a break. But I made the case that, a lot of these programs in the spring are successful, and to get out to see them. When you consider that, is there ever a want for more fan support, or is it one of those things where, you just go out and play, and you realize the fans that do show up are important to the team's success?
Yeah, anybody who shows up is really important to us. We also understand it's baseball; it's a long season. We're gonna have a lot of games at LAP, a lot of time for people to come out and watch us. But if the weather's nice and you need a break, bring a lawn chair. Come kick it in the outfield. You can just have a burger, have some fun with your friends out there. That's pretty relaxing. But anytime we have a packed LAP, it's something that's really special. I know it brings back memories to Josh and Rob of when they played here. But at the end of the day, whoever shows up, we're going to play hard for them. We're going to play baseball the way we know how, and hopefully get the job done.
Overall, have you seen your role on the team shift a little bit from maybe a follower to a leader at all, or how have you seen that shift happen as far as your role on the team outside of the lines?
Jokingly, they've called me Team Dad a couple times, and I don't know, if that's like a shot at me or what that is, but I feel like I'm up there. Me and a couple of the other guys kind of help keep these guys on track in a lot of different areas. We're there for moral support. We're there for anything they need, on and off the field. So yeah, I think that it's kind of gone from a little freshman being here, following people around, and now having those guys follow us around.
So then kind of talk about on and off the field. Who's been like that one inspiration for you, or maybe there's many people that, to be the best baseball player that you can be? Who's kind of been that one person that you've looked up to for that?
As a former player or just somebody?
Kind of anyone.
I'd say I got two. I mean, former player was Michael Freeman. He was an awesome guy. Him and Trey Cobb, I guess, were two huge guys for me. And then my grandfather, who had passed away last December, was a huge inspiration to me. So I still carry him with me wherever I go. He's a big influence in my life. So I'd say those people are huge for me.
What's it like to play for Coach Holliday?
It's awesome. He's a Stillwater guy, so any chance he gets, he'll let everybody know that, how tough we are here at Stillwater. We've been through it all here, all that type of stuff. But he's a great guy, great leader. He's a winner, and stats prove that. Wherever he's been, he's won. He's just a ball of energy. He loves to compete with us, in the coaching manner, and at the end of the day, he'll do whatever for us to get the job done.
Is there something specific you can point to that kind of exemplifies his winning mentality that he brings to the team?
I just think the way that he carries himself, he's always walking up and down the dugout, trying to get us going, trying to get us supportive of one another. He's first out of the dugout, clapping and cheering when we do well, and he's also the first one to take the fall even if it's not his fault. He's going to be the guy that kind of says, this one's on me. And that kind of proves what kind of person he is, that he's not going to let us take the hit for it, even though at the end of the day it's our job to go out there and win games. But he's the biggest cheerleader, coach, friend you could ever ask for.
Seems like a lot of these coaches around here at Oklahoma State, whether it be Coach Littell with the women's basketball team or Coach Smith with the wrestling team, a lot of these coaches, it's win but also play well and advancing people not only just as athletes but as human beings. Where do you think Coach Holliday fits in there?
Josh is right there with everybody. I think the university does a great job with getting coaches that at the end of the day they want better people, and while improving your game, and academics is something that we are very strong in. We kind of let him down in the fall, but we've picked right back up from the last spring, so we're doing a better job at that. But yeah, I mean, any chance he gets to help us be better people, he's going to send us out there and help us do it.
Well, Carson, thank you so much for taking a few minutes. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it was another busy weekend all around for OSU athletics, not just baseball. One program continues a dominant streak while others suffered a few losses over the weekend. We'll try to make sense of all that next on the Border Battle on KXZY.